Diary of a Brave One. The Cave. Episode 1. Once upon a time, there was a boy named JP. He was very brave, fearless, focused, and had an unshakable spirit to solve problems. In short, a brave one. Brave JP. Shall we see how brave he really is? One day, some of JP's friends went to explore a cave near their house. JP didn't go because he had agreed with his parents that he would only go out to play after cleaning his room. When he finished cleaning, he decided to see how his friends were doing in the cave. At the cave entrance, JP saw 4 items. He could only pick 2 before going in. A flashlight, crayons, bat repellent, and a pillow. Which items should JP choose to help him explore the cave? And his choice was the flashlight and the bat repellent. Very good, JP. He quickly applied the repellent, since he'd heard bats love caves, and it wouldn't be good if they flew toward him. Then he turned on the flashlight and bravely entered the cave. As soon as he entered, he saw a path, but it was blocked by bushes. Looking around, JP saw 3 items, but he could only pick 2. Which ones would you choose if you were in his place? Scissors to cut weeds, sunglasses, garbage bags. Did you choose the same items as JP? Let's find out. That's right, the scissors to cut weeds and, of course, the garbage bags. To put the bush and leave everything organized inside this cave. Let's get to work, JP. After cutting the weeds, JP spotted a river. But how am I going to cross this river? JP shined his light around, looking for a solution. Giving up wasn't in his plans. Then he found a shovel, a book, a small boat, and a paddle. I think you already know how many he could choose, right? That's right, 2 items. So he chose the small boat and the paddle. And forward! There was JP sailing down the river, when suddenly the boat hit a lake at the end of the descent. Wow! JP exclaimed. What a ride! He barely had time to catch his breath before hearing a noise. Believe it or not, that sound was nothing less than a crocodile. Actually, it wasn't just a crocodile, it was a very hungry crocodile. Even worse, it was a very hungry crocodile coming right toward JP. What should he do now? Without much time to think, JP noticed that in his boat there was a juicy fish, a fishing rod, a handful of moss. Quickly, JP made his choice. The juicy fish. That's it. He threw the fish toward the hungry crocodile, who completely forgot about JP, and became very happy with the snack he was about to enjoy. Thanks to that, JP was able to reach the other side of the lake, far away from the crocodile. What a relief! Then, brave JP heard a voice. Is anyone there? We need help! JP ran towards the voice and... finally, he found his friends. Well, sort of. He found halves of his friends, because they were stuck in quicksand. The more they struggled, the deeper they sank. Quickly, JP grabbed some vines that were nearby, threw them toward his friends, and pulled them out one by one. Soon, everyone was out of that strange sand. Once everyone had calmed down, they realized they were in a place with no way out. JP shone his light in every corner, looking for something that could help them escape. But there was nothing. When everyone was feeling discouraged, JP remembered what his parents had taught him. There are situations in life that we cannot control. No matter how brave we are, we simply cannot solve them on our own. And that's where our faith comes in. So JP and his friends started to pray. Then a hole opened in the wall, bringing light into the cave. They ran and were able to get out safely, thankful to Jesus. Each one went home to tell the story of the great adventure and the wonderful miracle Jesus had done for them. Thanks to the teachings of his parents, JP could ask for help from Jesus, the only one capable of performing miracles. And that was the story of brave JP in the cave. He faced challenges that seemed impossible, moments of fear, but also courage and friendship. Even when it seemed hopeless, he remembered his faith and trusted in Jesus. With courage, with friends, and with God's help, JP overcame another adventure. Stay tuned for the next story of brave JP.